A very warm good afternoon, and this is the day. Perhaps this is the session that will eventually decide whether India does manage to script history in Cape Town and also in South Africa, having never won a test series in South Africa, and 111 runs is what separates India and South Africa from that victory or defeat. So I have with me Nikhil Nas. Nikhil, you'll stick to your guns.
I have the title of our live, Rahul, at the moment is
Can India pull off a miracle?
Miracle, I've used the word.
Yes, miracle.
That word also only tells everyone who's joining us what we think at the moment where match stands. I'm saying 65-35 and you have said 70-30.
Yes.
Both have said in favor of South Africa. That's because, they're almost around the halfway mark. They need 111 more runs, 8 wickets in hand, a man in form. But the big but is, and which fans would want to know, is can things really turn around? Can that miracle happen? For that, I think 2 wickets, if they come in that first hour. In the first hour, if you get Temba Bavuma and Keegan Peterson, then I will make it 50-50. But in the first hour, these two have to fall.
Once again, last test match, India needed, or rather South Africa needed 122 runs, and I was of the opinion that they should break that score down into 40, 40 and 40. Here again, 111 needed. I would say again, you go with maybe 35, 40, 40 and that is how your...
But why are you talking in South Africa's favor what they have to do? Tell us what India has to do.
See, India, it is very, very simple for India. India needs to get wickets in that first hour itself. That's it. If you said 2 wickets, Keegan Peterson and Bavuma would be your picks.
My picks.
Because they would be your danger men as far as South Africa is concerned for India. But yeah, exactly. India, what India has to do is first hour and a half, you need to get rid of at least both of them. At least 2 wickets, and those 2 wickets, Keegan Peterson and Temba Bavuma. But still, South Africa, I'm saying for them...
See, this is another point that Love Rami is pointing out. Their tail is very effective and run scoring, unlike India. Absolutely agreed. And this is what I was saying. For India to win the match, you would hope that the South African tail also bats like the Indian tail in an irresponsible manner. Having said that, can I tell you one more thing is that yes, their tail has been batting better, right? But if they are under pressure, let's say 50 runs needed with the last 4 wickets or 5 wickets in hand and the tail is there, the same tail enders which have got you runs otherwise in the tense situation, that's when they can falter. So you never know.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bumrah on fire, you never know. Yeah. Do you think the controversy or whatever happened last evening, last evening, can actually be a distraction for the Indians?
I hope it's not a distraction.
When you say hope, that means there is a possibility that you think that it can be.
No, so the good thing that happened was that the day's play ended, a wicket came, and then now there is this break. Now I am just hoping with someone as equanimous and as sensible and level-headed as Rahul Dravid as their coach, I am just hoping that he would have sat with the players and said that, listen, fine, we were wronged by that Dean Elgar dismissal and you were unhappy, but he did not contribute too many runs after that. You got him up for 30 only. He couldn't do the damage that in the previous test match. Now that is history, done and dusted. He's out. Right now, if you're going to come up with that same, see what happened after they got upset because of that dismissal, they leaked runs, right? Now, if you're going to come up with that same anger where then you lose focus of the job at hand and you're only there to, make the opposition realize that, oh, you're cheating, we have been wrong, I'll bounce you. If you come with that attitude, you're losing your focus and that things might go downhill from there. I hope that this has been the conversation, and I think, and I just saw visuals of Virat Kohli addressing the team just now before they go out as captain. Is on different days different players speak to the team, like Ashwin was doing it earlier. I just hope when Virat Kohli was speaking to the team, he would have said, let's temper down that thing, let's just concentrate on the job at hand, and Rahul Dravid may have told them that.
Vanshika Mehra is saying, sir, 80-20 in favor of South Africa. we are just being a little emotional. This is exactly, if you remember,
very good question.
Vanshika, I can't even say that gentlemen think alike, because
No, lady and gentleman.
and lady and a gentleman, because I also mentioned, in fact, last
Yeah.
evening we were saying, when you said 60-40 in favor of South Africa, so I stretched it further. I said 70, maybe because we want India to win, we want to see India win.
Yeah.
And we want India to script history in South Africa, that perhaps we may not agree to it. If you want, we may not accept it, but there might be.
No, but I think I said 65-35 very practically, not so much as emotionally. I'll tell you why. Because see, one is the record, okay? In the history of Test cricket in Cape Town, in the 4th innings, 9 times South Africa have had to chase 200 plus, 6 times they failed. Okay, out of that, 6 times they failed, twice they've been successful, and 1 time it was a draw. So what does that tell you? That chasing anything over 200 is very, very tough and can happen rarely, as South Africa themselves have shown. And a lot of these times you had a much more capable South African batting attack, and yet the record doesn't favor them, right? Now, the other reason could be this time it can change, because the bowling attack is weak. You can't even say that about Indian bowling attack. It's a good bowling attack. So not very good South African batting, very good Indian bowling, and considering the record isn't great, I put all of it together. And if you had said at the start of the inning, I would have said 55-45 in India's favor. But because they have got 100 plus runs with only 2 wickets, that's why it's now shifted there. But I still think that 111 are a decent amount of runs to get. 2 quick wickets, as I'm saying, of Keegan Peterson and Temba Bavuna. What happens after that is, then you don't bat on merit. Then you're panicking. There is nervousness. Oh, will I be able to stay there? Will we reach our target? Once that starts happening in a pressure situation, not just in cricket, you and I know. We are writing a script or we are doing a show. In pressure situation, we make blunders which we usually wouldn't make. Happens to the best of the.
And we've seen this often in this series, that despite the fact, both the teams, in fact, they've had good partnerships, but there have been collapses also. One wicket can lead to another can another. So that has happened in this series, not once, not twice, not thrice, but I think in every innings it has happened, except for the last innings of the last Test match. But here, and when Dean Elgar tells you that this is the biggest Test match in the last 10-15 years of South African cricket, they know the importance of this Test match. What if they are closing in on a victory?
Yeah.
That is when they would see, when the victory is say near about, that is when they will realize, oh, are we really winning this one? So that is one factor, I think.
I'm just taking few very diverse opinions.
True.
People are saying different things, and our family has joined us, so I'm going to take a lot of those comment. Aryan Sharma says 3 wickets quickly, game over, don't worry. Okay, so that's a positive way of looking at it. Another comment I read, sir, match khatam ho gaya sir, rehne do, there's no use.
Why are you looking different? Somebody is saying
you're looking different today.
Hani Malik is saying,
Hani Malik, regular watcher. I'm looking the same. I'm just a little formally dressed.
But
I'm dressed
little formally. So this would be semi-formal.
Semi-formal, yeah.
Basically, I'll tell you.
Mayank Agarwal, see, before he goes out to the field, he's joined us. He has said, Nikhil, and he has a point. What was the history in Joburg? History is meant to be broken. Absolutely, I agree with you. I just gave some data of what has happened. He says that in Joburg also the history didn't favor South Africa, but history is meant to be.
No, but please read the entire message. What is he saying next? So he is saying,
he's saying the same
what was
thing.
the history in Joburg? History is meant to be broken.
Bavuma
Form and very
they are also
home ground. They are also here to play a match.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I said. That he is saying that South Africa is also here to play a match.
Exactly.
They're not going to lose, and history is meant to be broken. So that's what I pointed out. That
I thought they
are saying. No. He is saying that I gave a data that the record doesn't favor. What he is saying is, but the record didn't favor in Joburg also. But history is meant to be broken, and that's what India has done. They've broken history. So I agree. I'm not saying that history cannot be broken again. Of course it can. Just pointing out that it's not very, very easy. And they can still lose. Somebody is saying it's the worst Indian team. Nahi yaar, it's the world number 1 Test team, and you are saying, Nikhil sir, it's the worst team. No,
batting
sir,
maybe you can say.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying that, see, overall, all you have to see, has South Africa been getting a lot of hundreds?
South
Now,
Africa.
so you'll keep saying, I'm just saying, see, sometimes we are not looking at the conditions, maybe they are batting on.
No.
Like, sometimes we are unfair on bowlers. Oh, he's given away so many runs, but the condition may not have favored him.
Okay.
I'm saying tougher conditions to bat on, which is why only 100 has come. In the
Fine.
now 2 with Rishabh Pant.
Fine,
Only 200s have come in the entire series.
I'll just try to rephrase. Correct
Yeah.
me, the gentleman who sent that question.
See, one second. See, he knows why I've dressed Ronak Raj.
Yes, in fact,
As if he works with us, yeah.
Ronak, actually, Nikhil interrupted me. I was about to
just say the same.
let you
Sorry.
know about why. Okay.
No, again you're getting interrupted. Finish it.
So, what was I saying?
See, that's why I'm saying. Okay. About what Ronak said.
Why
am I dressed?
No, वो तो Ronak has already.
No, but you haven't told the viewers.
Okay, so basically.
Dressed because if India
So
wins.
Nikhil is still very optimistic that India is in with a chance,
Yeah.
maybe an outside chance that India can still win this one. And the moment India wins, Nikhil would be there on India Today
TV?
doing a live show, India Today television, doing a live
Today we
show.
must have Sunny Bhai then.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
India wins series.
Yeah, we will.
Then we have to get Sunny Bhai.
Exactly, from South Africa. So who's commentating for Super Sport? By the way.
Yeah.
All right. So there was one more thing. So basically what I was saying that there was a question. I just wanted to rephrase. Correct me if I'm wrong. If so we can stick our neck out and say that perhaps this is the weakest South African batting that India has seen. Can we say that?
See, again, weakest, it does look like that, but inexperience, yes. The most inexperienced batting lineup that India has seen. That
So
I think more
maybe
appropriate.
the gentleman who sent that question, maybe he was referring in the same manner that is it the I think he mentioned team, but it would be I think better would be that is it the worst Indian batting?
No, my point is this. Now let's look at South African batting. If they end up winning this series, chasing out 2 totals of 200 plus, which rarely happens.
Yes.
Can I say the weakest batting, South African batting? I can't. They faced a good bowling attack, yet did the unthinkable twice.
Fair enough.
In 2 test matches. How can I say? What happens is sometimes we say some team is weak or strong based on experience. Because we say, oh, dekha, is team mein X, Y, Z hai, iske itne shatak hai, iske itne runs hai, iske itne. So then the batting looks very strong. What happens in an experienced batting lineup, because they don't have a lot of data from the past to show us, we will say, oh, weak lineup. May not be weak. Maybe these go Keegan Peterson and Elgar and Bavuma end up being greats. After 8 years we may be talking that they are greats, and then we say, oh, what a batting lineup. So inexperience as weakest, I don't know. Same might happen to India. I'm just saying, let's say India was to pull off a miracle here.
But on experience, India may not be the worst. This
Yes,
may not be
not
the
in
worst.
experience. But I'm saying, all I'm
On
saying is
paper at least.
it's it's subjective. No, in form, I think India is the question. It's not a weak batting lineup. Yes, form has been patchy. That I would have to agree, right? With so many batsmen not performing regularly, then you have to say form is patchy, yes.
All right, now
Kashyap ka
is
to hi lo. Haan,
Kashyap, because
he's
it's
read
not,
our mind. He's such a wonderful guy, I must say.
no, Kashyap is saying आप लोग इंतजार कर रहे हो इंडिया इस हारने का, इंडिया के हारने का, ठीक है, आप लोग विराट को क्रिटिसिज्म कर सको, ऑल द बेस्ट. ओके,
नहीं, saying आप वेट कर रहे हो इंडिया के हारने का, ताकि जैसे इंडिया हारे
आप विराट को क्रिटिसाइज करो. फेयर इनफ. मैं
वाह.
आपको बताता हूँ यार, कश्यप, सी व्हाट हैपेंस इज we get loads of messages, appreciation messages, a lot of people. You are also similarly, you are also part of our family, so we will ensure अगर आपने, if you wouldn't have sent this as a super chat, still we would have taken this point or question. ऐसा नहीं है यार कश्यप. Firstly, sorry, there is nothing like that कि we are waiting for India to lose, we are waiting for to criticize Virat. That's not going to happen. We are here. Nikhil, as somebody just pointed out, Mr. Hani Malik, if I'm not wrong, he said that Nikhil is
Ronak,
sorry.
Yeah.
So he's because Nikhil
Hani Malik
is also
asked why
very
you dressed.
and Virat just go back to our previous few chats. Last time also we mentioned when India lost that test match, maybe India were missing the energy of Virat Kohli on the field. No disrespect or not undermining what KL Rahul did as a standing skipper in that test match, but Virat is a very, very essential component in this team, in this 11. We've always given credit to Virat Kohli for developing a culture you know, with the way this team fights every time they have their backs against the wall. They did it in Australia, they did it in England. Now they are very close. They were actually very close to a victory here, a series victory. Now to criticize Virat, we were on some different platform a half an hour ago. There also, you know, it is our job, and it would be disrespectful to our profession also if we can't call a spade, as simple as that.
Yep. Two things I just want to point out. I mean, I don't want to add anything on that. Just to quote MS Dhoni on that front, whatever Rahul has said, I have nothing more to add. So he's summed it up very well. Just going to take a couple of things. Anurag Kumar from Kathmandu is here. He's sending us a lot of love. Anurag is a regular watcher.
Thank you.
Love from us as well. It must be nice and cold in Kathmandu. I'm sure you must be enjoying. And another regular watcher, Kamlesh Parmarji, who watches us from Gujarat. He has made a prediction. He has said India will win by 13 runs. So we are not the only optimists. There are others as well. So
they will also score exactly the same number of runs that India scored, 198.
So, you know, one question, I missed the gentleman's name, and he was with us. Somebody has said rest in peace to Kamal Khan sir.
Your former
my former colleague, wonderful journalist, wonderful journalist. I don't want to spend too much time on it because, you know, we're talking on cricket, but just because I've worked with him, so my deepest condolences to his family. I had a chance to interact with him. I think one of the most well-read, intelligent journalists I've come, and the most unbiased. Very you know, some things I will remember. I'll just quickly mention that because people may enjoy it.
Sure.
His one piece to camera, his piece to cameras are famous.
Yes.
One piece to camera, he said something many years ago on Hindi Divas. He stood in front of a dustbin which was, उसको कूड़ादान नहीं, कुछ बहुत शुद्ध हिंदी में नाम दिया था, which I can't remember. तो उन्होंने कहा था कि हिंदी दिवस के दिन ना, जहाँ अंग्रेजी कंपनी आके हिंदी को अडॉप्ट कर रही है, जैसे ठंडा मतलब कोका कोला, यू नो, इज यूजिंग इट, आप इसको इतना कॉम्प्लिकेट कर रहे हो कि ये कूड़ेदान को कुछ पता, कुछ नाम वर्ड दिया था. तो प्लीज़ कृपया हिंदी की बैंड मत बजाइए. उनकी ना एक पीस टू कैमरा थी. I'll never forget, you know, so he's a wonderful journalist.
Of course, I never had a chance to interact or meet him, but in person.
Yeah.
But it was a shock when I got to know this in the morning. I think the narration, his
storytelling,
his biggest ability was storytelling, and the way he used to narrate his stories.
Yeah. Chalo, we'll come back to cricket. One question I was saying which was very interesting,
yes.
and I thought that we'll have to think a lot, because that same gentleman, sorry I missed your name sir, when we were in the AajTak discussion, he also sent the question there. I missed answering it there. He sent it here as well. Now his name is gone. He said, and I think it's a very intelligent question. He says, who is the best test batsman in India right now? Obviously he's talking about form. Because overall record, though, you'll have to say Virat Kohli, right?
Yeah, yes.
So he's talking about form, and it's a very interesting question. Because everyone goes up, down, up, down.
In this current generation, everybody who's playing, Virat is the best batsman. But on form, there is one person who's missing in the 11. Rohit Sharma, despite all the, please don't get me wrong, I know, you know, the country and the fandom is divided between Virat and Rohit, but you know, he has looked very assured whenever I have seen lately. But that doesn't mean, because he is not being tested in South Africa. Okay, but whatever I have seen of him in Australia, he looked the most compact amongst all batsmen. He looked the most assured as far as I am concerned. I don't know about Nikhil.
So again, in the words of MS Dhoni, I'm going to say nothing more to add. I had also thought about it, and I kept thinking, on form, who's India's best test batsman right now? Overall, if you ask me, not on form, I think I'll pick Virat Kohli. His record speaks for itself, so you can't. On form, if I was to ask, the only one I was a bit, confused with who I could, KL Rahul also came into my mind, because again, lately, I'm just looking at the last 1 year or so, 2 years or so, he's also got some big runs. So these are the two names that came to my mind, but I think on form, Rohit Sharma is your best test batsman.
AJ is another of your regular viewer.
Yes.
Virat Kohli average in the series is best among the Indians.
Yes.
As captain, he has captained 2 tests and won 1. Even if he lose today, 1 lost, 1 victory. What is IDK? Why Chandresh? I don't know why Chandresh said that statement.
I cannot understand the question, but I can just elaborate on what he's talking about. His average, that is true. I was just looking at the average in this particular series of all Indian batsmen. Virat is got the highest average. He's averaging 40 in this series for India. Of course, that 79 has also helped. And remember, in terms of total runs, he won't be on top because he didn't play one test match because of an injury. So obviously he misses out. But
in terms of 4 innings.
Yes. So in terms of average, he's number 1 for India amongst all batsmen on this tour. And in the second position are Rishabh Pant and KL Rahul, around 37. But of course they played a test match extra as well. But average mein, so these have been, and without doubt these 3 have been the 3 guys who've contributed. If it was KL in that first test match, then this last test match, first inning it was Virat, and then the second inning was Rishabh Pant. So 3 notable innings that come to your mind. You could also include Mayank Agarwal in the first test match, 1 notable. Then rest have been little bit here and there, whether it is Ajinkya Rahane or Cheteshwar Pujara getting you 40 odd here and there, which have helped. But I think these are the 3 most memorable innings of this tour. Right. Whenever you look back, Rishabh's 100, Virat 79, and 100 of KL in the first.
But that is also a problem. That is also a problem. A, that the others haven't contributed. Yes, you can also say that, Cheteshwar Pujara, in fact, Ajinkya Rahane scored 48 and then 58 also in the second test. But I think the problem that is plaguing Indian cricket at the moment, or rather the Indian batting, is the consistency.
Yeah, somebody said India needs to pick up 4 wickets in this session. I completely agree with you. In fact, we went a step further to say that in the first hour get 2 batsmen, and I want those 2 batsmen to be Keegan Peterson, Temba Bavuma.
But Nikhil, you also have to see we all have been saying that Keegan Peterson has been batting brilliantly on his, he's still his test career is at a nascent stage, but he's short on experience also. So you can still trouble him, you can still test him.
I'm just going to say one thing. Sahil GC from Nepal, he says, Kohli hai to mumkin hai, love from Nepal. Dhero ramro kura kari racha dai tapai. Sahil. Yeah,
translate bhi karke
I'm just saying, what a lovely thought in the morning that you are sending from Nepal. See, he's saying Kohli hai to mumkin. Yeah, we hope so, yaar. We have spoken about it earlier as well. That,
Acha, how do you want to? How do you think? What do you think would be South Africa's approach?
South Africa, no time to play for, so just play your natural game. I think that's what they would have been.
Would you want them to? If you would have been in that dressing room, somebody, a mentor.
No, small targets. You said it. Same way.
But
small
how
targets.
Do you approach? Would you want to go?
No. Don't go all out. On the merit.
Not all out, but still,
merit of the
like
ball.
they played in the last test match.
Yeah, on the merit of the ball. When you get an easy chance, you play. You get a loose delivery, go for the runs. Otherwise, no undue risk taken. Wait for the bad deliveries to come. Otherwise, you are looking ugly. No problem. There were a lot of times they got beaten. Some fine balls by Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Shami. They were getting beaten. It's okay. That doesn't count. Ashwin, I hope he steps up because he has to chip in with a wicket or 2, especially the tail-enders. See, if early breakthroughs come in the first hour, I'm guessing in the first hour you won't get to see Ashwin.
Exactly.
So if you get those 2-3 wickets, when you get into the tail, I think you need Ashwin to really come good because a spinner can really prize those last few wickets, and that's what I want Ashwin. If he really needs to prove that he is going to be your first spinner in overseas condition, which he is not at the moment, Ravindra Jadeja, he has to step today.
Acha, Jay Rajput is saying you don't report on sports, you just report on cricket. Jay A.
Nikhil ki shuruaat, how did I start my day?
Nikhil has started my Nikhil day. Has just, it's been a few weeks that Nikhil has joined. He's still is trying to form a team. He will soon form a team also. So whatever little resources that Nikhil has as of now, he is managing. In fact, if there is an important story, if there is an important breaking, for example, Novak Djokovic, you've got every detail on Sports Today. Nikhil was the first one to break it on Sports Today when it happened that Novak Djokovic's visa has been cancelled by the Australian immigration minister. He started the day with that news, and with time,
while ignoring the cricket shot.
Yes, and trust me, as we go forward, you will see this as your one-stop shop for everything, for all sports. Is it?
That is it. I think we can take the leave. Matches started.
Matches started and
Yeah. I don't want to miss even one ball.
when do we meet?
We meet in lunchtime because unless India gets them all out before
That is the
that
reason
would
why
be-
I asked
that
you.
would be great. No, I think lunchtime. So you will
Lunchtime. Chalo, hope for the best. Did you take this one?
no, it was a similar thing. So it'll take a long time.
Exactly.
Yes.
We'll come. AJ Iscon. We'll come back to this
Yeah.
question, but the match has resumed or started. The day has started in Cape Town. Let's hope for the best, and we'll see you at lunch. Please do subscribe Sports Today and also press that bell icon because
Then you know other sports update. Then
Exactly.
you say we don't do other sports.
exactly. Chalo.
See you.
Bye bye.